What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius, back again with another video. I said I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be explaining to you how to deal with a Karen, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, let's get into it. So, if you ever worked in retail or you have a Twitter, then you know what a Karen is, right? Not just retail, but like customer service, like any type of customer service jobs, you have to deal with Karens, right? Come on, bro, what are you doing? Stupid. That's the first rule of dealing with Karen. Don't let your temper out. But you know, I've had a lot of experience dealing with Karens, right? You know, it's funny because my mom is a Karen, and it's funny because she will like make fun of Karens, but I'll be like, bruh, you're one of those. You're literally the first person to be like, let me speak with the manager. Can I speak with the manager, please? And it's like, bro, it's like, I know, right? It's so funny because it's like those type of people are the people that make people hate going to work. And it's like, why would you do that, right? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, why would you wake up saying I gotta go to the store, and just why would you want to make someone's day hard, right? And it sucks because it's like sometimes I see myself being that way, right? And it's just because it's like that. I think of like it sucks having a Karen as a parent, because when I have to call the bank and the bank is like, there's nothing I can do with it, it's like because the thing is, I imagine like, how would my mom handle the situation? And I just do what my mom does, and it's stupid, right? It sucks. It's not right. And I'm just like, fuck, man, that shit sucks how that shit just sticks with you, right? Because I notice it, and I try to change my ways. I try to be a little more patient. But it's so weird. Like when you deal with customers, like banking and shit, like when you have to deal with the over the phone shit, that's when it gets like so irritating. And because the thing is, you gotta understand that shit fucks with people's lives, right? Like when you're on the phone, or like if you're over here like making like causing problems in a restaurant or something, like you're fucking with someone's life after they leave the restaurant. You feel me? It's like, oh, my steak was a little cold at the person, and it's like they gotta hate going to work now. Now it's like they gotta find something. It's like a whole chain of events that you don't really think about. And it's like, just try to be more patient, right? Because to me, the thing about patience is that once you give somebody patience, they kind of try to see how far they can go with it, right? And it's something I learned yesterday. It's crazy. It's like the craziest thing ever. So basically, the ways to deal with a Karen is that you gotta understand the Karen mindset, right? The Karen mindset is basically, I'm a victim. It's a victim mindset, right? Like being a Karen is just another word for a victim. Like, oh, we gotta deal with a Karen. She's a Karen. A Karen is just another word for a victim, right? Because victims, they believe that they're powerless. That's why a lot of times they call the police, right? They're like, I'm gonna call the police because you're black, right? They feel powerless because they feel, oh, I have no power. You have more power over me. So it's just like dealing with a bully, right? Like bullies are people that have victim mindsets, right? Because bullies have no power, so they try to seek power. Like everyone tries to seek power over someone. So like, oh, I have power over you, so I'm gonna tell you, do all these things to you, right? I'm gonna bully you. And that's why you have to notice a lot of the vocabulary that victims use, right? Like victims will be like, oh, you're trying to bully me. You think you're all that. Who do you think you are? And all this stuff, right? And it's like bullies, like they're just bullies, and victims, like you know, that it's just the words that they use. And I see it. It's funny because it's like, I feel like my mom was sent to me as like a tutorial island, right? like if life was RuneScape, it's like my mom would be like tutorial island on how to deal with victims. And it's like everyone in the world is a victim. They're like, oh, I'm a victim. That's why I only really try to associate with like people that are like richer, because then I know what it is to not have a victim mindset. To be like, oh, the world is unfair. The world is this, the world is that, right? And it's like, who cares? To me, I try to get out of that mindset. Like, I understand I have the mindset, but I try to get out of it, right? I try to swim my way up. Everyone is sinking with the pressure of the ocean, but I try to swim past that and try to get to the surface, right? Because I'm not trying to be a victim. I don't want to be a victim. And that's what a Karen is, right? The best way to deal with a Karen is to just first give them a compliment, right? Because I'm pretty sure they haven't had a compliment in a long ass time, right? Because people that have compliments and get compliments a lot, they don't hate the world. They like the world because they're just like, you know what? Life is pretty chilling. I'm pretty, right? A lot of times if you look at a Karen, most of the time they're not really that great looking, right? They don't really look that great. Sometimes they could be hot, but most of the time they're not, right? The ones that they, you know, because the thing is, there's a lot of it does come from entitlement and from being called whatever, but try to like just try to, because the thing is, what sometimes saying, oh, you're like something about the person, like be like, all right, first of all, I like your shoes, right? Like those are really nice shoes, right? They're like, oh, what the hell? You like throw them off, right? And I'm not saying that I've done any of this stuff, but I really like I've noticed these things. Like these are things that I think back on. I'm like, okay, you know, this is probably more effective, because I read books about like how to handle people and how to make people feel important and special, right? And how to just, you know, I'm reading a book called 25 Ways of Winning with Women, winning with people, and it's like, you know, these are effective strategies, and I like see myself like in a, because I just had to deal with Karen right now, right? And I just witnessed it at Starbucks, and you know, I see, like, because I was listening to the book and I was like, okay, you know, this is gonna work, right? So basically, you got to understand that this is a person who feels small in the world, right? And right now they feel that this is just another example of why they feel small, right? So you got to give them a reason to feel big, right? Before, because it's like life, right? Like if you don't have someone to humble you in your life, life will humble you. So you have to give them that benefit of the doubt, right? Because then it's gonna, basically you have to just make them feel what they're looking for, right? Give them what they're looking for, right? One thing you got to do is you got to take a deep breath, right? And calm yourself, because the thing is, they're basically just giving you the negativity that's inside of them, right? So understand that this is not their fault. They're being a Karen not by their own means. It's because of the anger brewing in them, because whatever traumas they've been through. It's like this is an example to just get rid of it, because they're gonna, if it makes them feel good. Because like, bro, my mom used to cry in the stores, and I feel so embarrassed, bro. I used to be so embarrassed of that shit. I'm like, bro. And you know, basically it's all just stuff that's been inside of them, and they're just kind of unleashing on you because you're here taking it, because you're basically getting paid to take that negativity, right? Like when you're a waiter, when you're like working retail or whatever, you're basically getting paid to take people's negativity. That's why cushy desk jobs get paid more than retail people, because you're literally just getting paid to serve people, as in you're getting paid to take away their negativity, right? So you gotta do your job, right? The thing is, you gotta understand how to get rid of that negativity after you take it in, right? Basically, it's because the thing is, a lot of times when people would yell at me and shit, I would kind of freeze up, and I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do in this situation. And it's like an invitation to dish out more. You get me? It's like an invitation to give me more of what they're getting, right? Because it's like their emotion isn't able to really release yet, right? And it's like they have more to give, and they're just like letting it out slowly, right? You kind of have to understand that you're gonna escalate the situation this way, but you have to escalate it in order to get rid of all their anger, right? Because I literally did this yesterday. It was the craziest thing, right? Like yesterday, I was tired of smoke perp, and he was getting in an argument with this dude about some shit, right? And I noticed that the tension was getting really high, and it was like that fighting. It was like that fighting tension. You feel me? It's like, okay, they're getting in an argument, and I'm over here tied to him, and it's like I'm not trying to fucking have a fight right here while I'm tied in the nigga, you feel me, and have all my shit spill and whatever. So what I did was I just breathed in, like I could feel the negativity, and I just breathed it in. I literally saw like I visualized their auras, and I just imagined myself breathing in their auras, like the fighting tension, I just sniffed it all in. And then I just let it out. It was like I was the medium, right? And then it's so funny, bro, because it's like all the tension just lifted in the room. And it's so crazy, because it's like, because you know, like when someone's about to fight, everyone just like looks like, oh my goodness, right? But then it's like I breathed it all in. I breathed it in, took it all in me, and then they were just like, oh, you know what, you're right. It was all good. And it's so crazy, because the thing is, I felt all of it, right? Because the thing is, you can feel that tension, right? Like it's not that crazy, because I just realized I ran out of Starbucks straws. It's crazy because everyone know, like, you don't have to be like on drugs or nothing or like spiritual to understand that you can feel the tension in the air when there's a fight, right? You can feel like, oh my goodness, someone's fighting, right? You feel that tension. It's the same as like sexual tension, right? Bro, the other day I felt this girl's sexual tension. It was it was so crazy. But yeah, you know, I just breathe in all that sexual. I just breathe in all that fighting tension, and I just let it out, right? Because the thing is, you can't, because my friends would tell me don't do that, because when you do that, you're basically you know, you got to understand how to deal with that energy. And the thing is like I understand it's not my energy, so I just like breathe it in and then I just breathe it out, right? I just let it all out, so I don't harbor that energy. I don't keep it. I might have kept some of it, but I don't like keep all of it in. I just let it out, right? So when you're dealing with a Karen, because there's this one instance, right? There was this black lady, and she kind of made me, it's funny because she kind of made me not really like black women, right? I was at the gym, I was working at the gym, and she was just like this ratchet ass black lady. No racist shit, I'm not on some racist shit, but she just made me like, she was just so ratchet, right? She was this hood ass black woman. She was just all dirty and shit, and she just came in here yelling at me. And the thing is like, because the thing is, she kind of reminded me of my mom yelling at me, right? And I just kind of stood there taking it, and I knew if I breathed, then she would just yell at me more. And I realized now it's because people don't want you to be calm, right? They want to test you. They're like testing your patience. They're literally testing your. It's so crazy. I didn't even realize you're testing my patience, right? I literally realized that, because people will test your patience to see how far they can go with it. I understand now. And it's like, she was like, if I breathed in her tension, it's like she would let more out onto me, right? I would just, and she would, and I would feel her, like, even my friends, I've seen this will happen with my friends and everyone, right? And it's like, the more you breathe in, the more they let. It's like you're giving them the room, right? But what happens is that when you're giving them the room, you're like letting it out, right? You're getting it to let out from them. So what you have to do is you got to kind of try to see yourself as stronger than them, and you have to just, like, when you're there, breathe, right? Just breathe it all. Just take a real deep breath. Be as calm as you can. Understand that they're not gonna do anything to hurt you, right? You're just it's like you're extracting a demon from them. You get me? But you can't let that demon come inside of you. You have to breathe it back out and let it out, right? Because they literally have a demon in them. That's how you gotta see it, right? Like, like when someone's carrying you, you gotta see it as like an exorcism, right? You're the priest. They're a demon. They're like, you got to. They're gonna go, because the demon is literally expelling from them, and then you got to breathe it in. Feel your body, feel all that tension, because they're gonna yell at you. Because I've seen it, like the fire, right? The fire grows more, and it's like, and then you just gotta let it out, right? You gotta fully feel it. You gotta breathe until you feel yourself. You gotta feel your body, and then you gotta just let it out. Slow breath. Just let them talk. Just let them yell. They're not gonna do nothing to you. They're not gonna hit you. Even if they do hit you, just walk away or whatever. Just step away or whatever. But just like allow them to let it out, the anger, because it's just anger. It's like a ball of anger in them, right? And you just gotta take it out of them, and then it's out, and they're like, okay, I understand. That's why that's all the times. That's why you have to deal with a manager, right? Because the manager it's quicker for a manager to get rid of that ball of energy, right? And also because that's why they ask for the manager, because they're basically saying, I'm too strong for this person. I need someone stronger than me to help me calm me down. And that's what the manager's for. The manager is for calming the person down. That's why someone gets promoted to manager in the first place, because they have the ability to calm down an angry customer, right? With a demon. That's just how you gotta see it, right? You don't gotta believe in none of this shit. You just gotta see it that way. It's like, okay, this person has like some crazy shit about them, right? You just gotta calm yourself down, calm them down, like, you know. Yeah, whatever. With that being said, leave your tips on how to get rid of how to deal with Karens. They're just basic, you know, like if you believe they're demons and whatever, just like, you know, leave whatever you think, whatever you feel. Like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius at 63 interviews, and I will do my best to make a video talking about your question. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. Peace.